You made it 12.
Yeah.
Was it a little tin cup action where you kept hitting the same shot?
The first two. Yeah.
Let's go shot by shot.
Yeah.
Shot by shot. I mean,
This is the like half. It's a half moon hole, right?
Yeah.
John
Yes.
Daly hole.
Yeah.
Where he made 18, I think.
Yep.
Okay.
Bryson
So
hole.
I was trying
Bryson hole.
to top him, but I fell just short. I didn't have the cojones to take on the line that he did every
It's the
time.
Par 5 just wraps all the way around
Yep.
the water. First shot.
First shot, wind's off the left and slightly in. So like the more left you hit it, the more you're hitting into the wind. So I knew I couldn't take the same line that I took 2 days previous or whatever it was, and just take it kind of right over the meat of the lake. So I knew I had to aim a little bit more right. Usually my like kind of fairway finder go-to shot is a little fade.
How far does that thing go usually?
I mean, like if I like choke down and just like hit it, it'll carry just over 300. So it'll carry like 306-ish or something like that. So
It's probably hot, right? It can.
yeah, it kind of like should be a little bit lower spin, lower launch. And so I tried to aim at this cover that was like a 310-ish cover line or so, and just like let the wind in my ball flight peel it back and cut it on this, like, I think it was like just over 270 cover line, and just hit it a little high in the face, had no spin, and just started left, never moved. I knew it was going to have to go. I never saw the video or watched it and saw like how short of the cover it missed, but yeah, that one wasn't good. And you know, I mean, the game plan was fine, like execution just wasn't there. So it's like, can't really get upset. Just made a bad swing. Like that's just golf. So went to hit the same shot. Next one, pretty much did the exact same thing, but hit it a little off the toe and it kind of quacked down to the left. I'm like, okay, well, that's just not good.
Do you at this point are you saying things? Are you, because you're going again and again and again?
And so I mean, I'm just like, all right, like, well, let's just not make the same mistake again. So we clubbed down and we're like, all right, let's just take a safe line, hit it at the right bunker, call it good. We'll cut it if it cuts right at the right bunker, like no big deal. The through line's like 280 or whatever it was. So went to hit my mini driver and just kind of cut it and like hit it low in the face, spins up to the right. It was a very like, just get me off this tee box swing. And what I didn't realize, because I never expected to have to take that line, is there's like they put up a boundary fence, like this little fence to guard from the parking lot.
Oh no.
And with how optically it looks like it kind of just works like left to right. You don't realize it comes at you. So the more right it goes, the shorter it is to get over it. So I see people kind of walking over next to it, and I'm thinking like, oh, maybe it just rolled up against the fence. Little did I know it hopped right over it. And so we get halfway up there and they're like, oh yeah, like that is a boundary fence. And I'm like looking on the back of the pin sheet and I'm like, it doesn't say anything about a boundary fence over there. Like there's no white stakes. It's just a black fence. And so had to go back.
So you had to walk of shame after your third shot.
Yeah.
I didn't know this story was going to be this good.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah. And then
Holy
just
cow.
clubbed down again, aimed 100 yards right. And just took 2-iron, probably took 8 seconds to hit that shot and just slapped it out there.
That walk back, or I guess it was a cart ride back, is it silent? Or are you saying I can't fucking believe I just did that? Like,
not really. I mean, like I don't really remember, to be honest. It was just one of those moments where you're just like, I was more so just thinking about the first swing. I was like, I knew in the back of my mind that first swing, you know, was a pretty darn good swing. Like I wasn't upset at it. I knew it had to probably go a few yards on that line, but I was like, man, like what if that thing just covers?
You might have been 5 yards from making a 4.
Well, that's the thing about that hole, is that if it does cover on that line, you're golden.
Yeah, you're a shot away from making a 2 or 3. Like you just never know. So it's just one of those. It's just one of those crazy moments.
You're hitting your 7th.
Yeah, 1, 3, 5, 7. So I'm hitting 8 from right next to this tree, and
amazing.
And that's where like my caddy and I was just like, okay, like we're not going to do anything silly. We're not going to like try to now hit it to 100 yards out. So we just took like 9-iron, hit it to the corner, took 6-iron, hit it in front of the green, chipped it up, 2-putted. And I just kind of laughed walking off the green. I'm like, what a crazy hole. Yeah. Like that's it's just wild. And like, you know, obviously I would have liked it to go differently. I mean, you know, it is what it is, but
so there was a great Saturday? Was it Saturday?
Yes. Yeah.
So I was playing golf with some buddies and we weren't teeing. There's rain coming in, so we didn't tee off till like 2 in the afternoon or something. So we're sitting there watching the coverage, and they did the thing where they cut to you on like a tee, but they didn't put any graphics on yet. It was just they come back from a commercial or something and just cut to you. And we were like, oh, Jake Knapp, he's been playing great lately. And then they put up on the top like plus 14 or something. And we were like, oh, what the hell happened?
I know.
And luckily, like, because I was just thinking like, oh man, he must have really lost or something. And then somebody an hour later was like, dude, you know, remember we saw Jake Knapp was 14 over whatever, like made it 12 on a hole. I was like, oh, okay, it makes sense.
I was like, I mean, we only shot 9 over with a 12. I'm like, that's not terrible. You know, I was like, that's all right.